Have you ever felt like there's a deeper struggle happening in our society? A battle between truth and manipulation, integrity and corruption. The ancient story of the prophet Elijah and Queen Jezebel gives us a powerful lens to understand these very modern challenges. It's not just an old tale. It's a living dynamic we see all around us. Let's break it down. On one side, you have Elijah. He was a prophet, a man of unwavering faith and integrity. He stood for righteousness and wasn't afraid to speak truth to power. He was a champion for the marginalized and called people back to genuine worship. Think of him as the voice of conscience, reminding everyone what truly matters. On the other side, there's Jezebel. As a queen, she wielded immense power, but she used it to promote corruption and idolatry. Her approach was all about manipulation, control, and silencing anyone who disagreed with her. She represents a force that seduces people away from their core values with the promise of power and gain. This classic conflict isn't just history. The spirit of Jezebel is a metaphor for trends we see today. Think about the modern idolatry of materialism and power, where success is often measured by wealth and influence, not character. We see it in the corruption and manipulation in business and politics, where ethical lines are blurred for personal advantage. And just as Jezebel hunted Elijah, we often see a suppression of voices that speak out for justice and truth. Whistleblowers, activists, and even ordinary people who stand up for what's right can face backlash. It's a pattern of silencing dissent to maintain control. So, how do we push back against these negative influences in our communities? We can take a page from Elijah's book. First, we need to promote and demand ethical leadership. Leaders, whether in government, business, or our local communities, must be held accountable to high moral standards. We can also actively support social justice movements and organizations that are fighting for equality and fairness. These are the modern-day champions for the oppressed. On a personal level, we can cultivate our own spiritual awareness, focusing on what's genuinely important rather than getting caught up in materialism. Most importantly, we need to empower the voices of truth. We must create spaces where honest dialogue is valued, and where people feel safe to speak up for integrity and justice. The story of Elijah and Jezebel is a timeless reminder that we always have a choice. We can either succumb to the pressures of corruption and superficial values, or we can embrace Elijah's courage, stand for what's right, and work towards building a more just, compassionate, and spiritually healthy society. It's a battle worth fighting. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores these important ideas. See you next time.